Only 8 more hours.
Hola hola, it's Fabi and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I am so glad that you stopped by. So first things first, before you go anywhere, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And don't forget to turn on the post notification bell. That way you guys can get notified every time I post a new video. Also, head over to my social media to follow me so we can just be friends already. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your own faux floral hoop wreath, or floral hoop, whatever you guys want to call it, whatever you guys know it as. I know it as a faux floral hoop wreath. If you've seen these before, if you haven't, I'm going to pop a picture of it right here. Now, if you have seen these before, you know how expensive they can get. So they vary for about, I've seen them for about $50 all the way to $200. So I've been wanting one for so long, and I decided to DIY my own because I wasn't about to pay $50 for one floral hoop. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your own floral hoop, and very inexpensive. Now, without further ado, let's get on to the video.
First things first, my apologies for this clip because it recorded very blurry, but for your wreath, you are going to be needing an embroidery hoop. This one is 18 inches and it was $6.99 in Hobby Lobby. So all I'm going to be doing is removing the top part of the wreath itself, and I'm only going to be needing the bottom part of it. Now, you can use a hula hoop if you would like to as well. I would just recommend spray painting it, but I did see some in Walmart that were rainbow colors, and they were very, very lovely if you were going for that theme as well. You can also find these at Michael's or Joann's fabric store, pretty much anywhere where they sell fabric. Next, I will be using some white acrylic paint and a flat paintbrush to paint the entire hoop, front and back, or the inner and the outer area and its sides. Choosing your choice of floral, you can pretty much get any bouquet or any type of flower that you want to personalize your wreath. Now, I decided to opt for some white roses to go for a minimalistic style, and because it was what was going to best match what was going to be going into my office, I wanted to keep more of a modern and sleek look. Now I'm just going to be cutting my leaves and kind of overlapping them and placing them to kind of see where I want them to be placed in. My bouquet was only about $3 at Walmart. I only bought one because I'm not going to be filling up the entire hoop. I am just going to be filling up some areas. Now that I have figured out where I want to place my leaves, I am just going to be grabbing my hot glue gun and just placing the leaves on top of the hoop edge, and I'm just going to be overlapping them. I am going to be placing about 6 leaves on the top of my hoop. Using some wire cutters, I am going to be cutting my rosebuds off of its stems. I want this bud on the bottom of the rose to be as short as possible. That way, when I actually glue it, you can't see much of it. For the specific design that I'm going to be creating, I'm only going to be using 2 roses for the top and probably 2 roses for the bottom. What's neat about this rose bouquet is that it comes with like extra little stems that I'm also going to be putting on my wreath. I'm only going to be putting 3 on the top to kind of give it more of a texture look instead of just having leaves and roses. Now, if you would like, I have seen a lot of floral hoops where you can place the leaves on the top of the hoop and on the bottom of the hoop as well. That way you can give it more of a fuller and more textured look to your hoop and not just placing them on the top. But for my specific hoop, I only want them on the top because I am not going to be hanging this hoop like how many do. I'm only going to be placing it on the wall, so it's going to be up against the wall, so I do not need to put any type of floral on the back. To use any other type of leaves and branches to give it more of a voluminous look to your leaf as well. I just wanted to keep the same look throughout the entire wreath, so I just used the same leaves. That is why I kept the little white branches that the bouquet came with. I'm only going to go about 1/4 of the way of the hoop with my leaves and my roses. Now, before I do the other 4th across that section, I'm going to be cutting up some black ribbon. Now I chose black because it's going to be going with the office. Once again, you can pretty much use any color that you want, and I'm going to be putting my ribbon all across the center of my hoop. Instead of putting words on my hoop wreath, I decided that I wanted to use it for a Polaroid picture holder. Then I'm going to be cutting 2 other ribbon strands the same size to place right next to the ribbon down the center, and I'm just going to be placing those on the side. I am going to be stretching my ribbon as much as I can, and I am going to hot glue gun it on the top edge of the wreath, and on the side I'm going to be grabbing the excess of the ribbon and kind of bringing it down towards the bottom of the wreath and also gluing it. I am going to be doing that to all of the sizes. Now you want to make sure that you really stretch out this ribbon as much as you can, and also holding it down while the glue is drying, because if the ribbon is not stretched out as much as it can be, it will come loose and you will have a very loose picture holder. I use little small scissors to just cut the excess of it. Once all of that is glued, now it's going to be easier for me to do my other 1/4 part of my wreath, and I am going to be using the same design that I used on the top. The neat thing about this Polaroid floral wreath is that you can use it either vertically and put your Polaroids vertically wise, or you can even use it horizontally and place your Polaroids in that way. You can customize your wreath to whatever way you want it to be. These are great decor items for any occasion and any event and any room.
Now that is it for today's small short tutorial video. I know it was a very short tutorial, but I had so much fun doing it. And guys, these make great presents and you can customize it whatever way you want. I'm going to be putting mine in our new office that we're going to be creating, or we're going to be transforming it into, and I will be posting a video of that. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Now before you leave, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you guys can be part of my YouTube family. And like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!